Good morning and a very warm welcome to all our dear members. Honorary member, Dr. Pritika, thank you for joining us, Doc, friends, and all who have joined in today. The Duchess Club would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all our members for their love and support during this challenging and changing time. We really look forward to seeing you in early 2020. A warm welcome to our inspiring speaker today, Dr.RANJANI Manian, a visionary and an accomplished entrepreneur who will take us through a delightful interactive session today on Mindful to Mindful. Now, before I hand over to Na for the formal introduction, I'd like to introduce Reshma Ramesh, the Executive Director from Pavitram Senior Living, our sponsors for today. Thank you, Reshma. Pavitram Senior Living is a luxury retirement community in Coimbatore that is being developed, promoted by Veera Raghavan and Company. Actually, her parents are friends, our roundtable friends from Coimbatore. So, Reshma, we look forward to your beautiful presentation on Pavitram Homes, Senior Homes. Over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Anuradha. A very good morning to all you lovely ladies at the Duchess Club. I'm Reshma Ramesh, the Executive Director at Pavitram Senior Living, and would like to take this opportunity to thank Rati Aunty for giving me this opportunity to talk about our luxury retirement community project at Coimbatore with this elite gathering. Thank you, Rati Aunty. We'd like to start with showing you our TV commercial and also our walkthrough of our project. Are you able to see my screen right now?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, we can.
No sound is coming.
Sorry?
Reshma, there's no sound. The audio is there.
What about now?
No.
Still, it's not there.
Okay, because it is functional for me. When we tested it, you were able to see it, right? You were able to hear it?
But
No,
we were not able to hear it then too.
Now?
Can you increase the volume on it?
So Reshma, do you have headphones?
Sorry?
Are you wearing headphones?
No, I'm not.
Okay, you've turned it on your laptop. You're putting the volume just from your laptop?
Yes.
Okay, so I think you have to enable video sound. Lakshmi, do you want to guide her, ma? So I think you have to not have earphones, and if you want to play some video, it has to be enabled. There's a little button on Zoom for enable sound.
When we tested it, it was working all right. They were able to hear it.
Okay.
All right. So let me just take you all through the walkthrough video. I mean,
Lakshmi
this is
saying that choose computer sound. That's what she's texted, in case you haven't done that. If there's a click of a button that says choose computer sound.
Can I find that?
If someone unmutes Lakshmi, she'll quickly guide Reshma. We do this all the time in our programs.
Yeah, I'll just unmute.
It's a beautiful place.
Mm.
Thank you so much.
Lakshmi, I'm asking you to unmute.
Yeah. Reshma, it will be there in the options.
Which options? I'm on
So
my
if you go, yeah, you're on the presentation. So there is a band, no, with all options saying annotate, mute, video, all of that. So go to the last one and click the more button. You will get options like chat and all that. Under that, there will be one use computer sound.
Okay, there is something called share sound.
Yeah, share computer sound. If you click that, you'll be able to.
So let me try playing it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
தந்தானே தந்தானே உன்ன கனிகள் தந்தானே
பசிக்கிறதுடா சீனி பரிமாறாம பாட்டு பாடின்னு இருக்கியே.
பவித்ரம் சீனியர் லிவிங்ல நோ குக்கிங், வேளா வேளைக்கு சாப்பாடு, கோஷாலைல இருந்து ஃப்ரெஷ் மில்க். வேற என்ன வேணும்?
அப்போ பொண்டாட்டிக்கு வேலையே இல்லைன்னு சொல்லு.
ஆஃப் கோர்ஸ். சோ லா 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 la 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 la.
Pavitram Senior Living, Coimbatore by Veeraraghavan and Company.
This is one of our TV commercials, and I'd like to take you all through the walkthrough of our project. So by now, I hope all of you have gotten a fair idea of what Pavitram is. So I would like to start by telling you all that this is not a real estate project. So Pavitram Senior Living is a retirement community. It is a concept. So at Pavitram, we not only promote our project, we develop, promote, and we will be providing all the services, maintenance, and facilities at our community. That's why I'd like to reiterate that we are not a real estate project. Ours is a concept where we join hands with our residents in their journey with us. So the image that you see here, so Pavitram is being developed on a 6.8 acre property, and we are constructing 100 independent different sizes. I'm sorry, there's somebody's mic is not muted. Is there a disturbance? Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
So we are constructing 100 independent villas of different sizes. We have 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom of different sizes for outright purchase. So at our community, we have various facilities and services, starting with the most important, which is food, entertainment, and spirituality. So we have a centralized kitchen with common dining. We have a clubhouse, which is a multi-purpose hall where all functions and programs and events take place. We have a gazebo. We also have a private party area for a small group of friends who want to get together and have a party or a dinner or anything like that. And when it comes to spirituality, we have a Krishna Temple within the community itself. So this is the image of our amenities block. So the dining hall is present on the ground floor, and we have a gym and a community hall on the first floor. And we have guest houses and guest rooms, and also the party hall on the second floor. This is a gazebo where this is how the structure is in process. It's getting constructed this way. So this is an indoor game center where we'll have all kinds of games for our residents, like they can play cards or table tennis or any kind of board games, karaoke, and it's a fun zone that can be used. And this is our Krishna Temple. And we also have facilities for physical activity and fitness. We have the gym, like I had mentioned. Then we have a landscaped walking track, and we have a Miyawaki. So Miyawaki, I'm sure most of you would have heard of it. It is a Japanese concept where we develop a man-made forest within our community. We have already planted about 2,000 saplings, which are taking great shape now. So when it comes to senior living, one of the most important facility is the medical facility. So we have a medical center within the community with 3 beds and a senior nurse. We'll have a cardiac ambulance in place, and we have tied up with about 7 to 8 top hospitals in Coimbatore. And we'll also be conducting regular medical camps. And we have other facilities, which includes daily individual villa housekeeping. So one need not really worry if they'll have to come to Coimbatore and into a new city and have to, appoint a person to help around the house. Villa maintenance will be taken care by us. So, and there will also be a buggy for internal transport. It's like a golf carry. And then we'll have a CCTV and security. We'll have a 24/7 power backup. We have cars inside the community that one can book and use for their purpose. And we'll have a common car park facility. And we have advisory services like financial, legal, property management, and so on and so forth. So all that one needs to do is check into Pavitram and relax and indulge into their hobbies that might have taken a back step all these years, but once they come to Pavitram, they can let go and relax and enjoy themselves and have a good time. So if you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer. I have Mr. Mahesh Devaraj, our business head, who have joined in with us. Any questions? I just took like 3-4 minutes to explain about our project.
Is it operational now, Reshma? I mean, people have started.
So we started. Okay, so we started construction in 2019, say at about November, and so construction is in progress. We'll be ready for handover by end of next year.
Okay, and the cost of the villas that you are selling, I mean, what is the costing on that?
Okay, so the costing ranges between 45 lakhs to about 80 lakhs.
Depending on the size? I mean,
depending on the size. Like I had mentioned, we have a 1 BHK, 2 BHK, and 3 BHK. So it depends on the size of the land where the particular villa is sitting on.
Somebody is asking, are pets allowed?
Yeah, are pets allowed? Yes.
Okay, we do not, our community does not, it's like row houses. So as long as the pet does not really get into the property of the neighbor or cause any inconvenience, if it's going to be inside your house, if it's something very small, then it should be okay.
Okay. Any more questions, ladies? Or
there is one more question, which is furnished.
It used to be furnished. We had an offer in the past, but right now the offer is over, so it is not furnished. It's going to be, the bathroom fittings will be done, and that's about it. And the kitchen cabinets.
And of course, the wardrobes, woodworks would be there, right?
The wardrobes and woodwork should be done by the individual themselves.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh.
Yes, but we did have a fully furnished villa offer. We did have a fully furnished villa offer for almost 1 year. And when we hit, we said we'll give it to the first 30 customers who come in. And after that, the offer is not valid anymore.
Okay.
But you still have place to sell? I mean, you still have property up for sale? Yeah.
Yes, we have some property up for sale.
Okay.
So Rati asks, beauty spa is available?
Rati auntie, you have anything to say there?
Rati?
Someone wants to know where exactly in Coimbatore it is located.
So this is located on the Coimbatore-Pollachi highway. It is in a place called Kenathukedavu.
Okay, how far is it from
So
Coimbatore?
if from Coimbatore city, it would take about half an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was asking Reshma because I was very interested in this particular project. So I was asking her whether she had, plans of starting a parlor, beauty parlor and spa, which we all are so used to. So I believe they will have a visiting beautician coming in every week.
Yes, we will.
That's
We
what you
have
said.
planned to have a we have planned to have a visiting beautician on appointment basis.
All right.
I think taking care of every facility, Reshma, it's a dream project. I hope you do well. And yes, we are going to inquire more.
I know. Reshma, very thoughtfully done.
That's
and
my
it looks
future
so
place.
peaceful.
That's my future place.
Kathy, you have to please share the details we'll share it on the group.
I'll do that.
Yeah,
I'll get more details from Reshma.
Yes.
And we'll look into it. I'm definitely going there, Nina. You'll have to come there to visit me.
And Ranjani wants to know whether you have a meditation room.
We will have a space for meditation. So like I had mentioned, the Miyawaki is the best place because that's the oxygen zone of Pavitram Senior Living. So that we will be developing a small area over there for people to come sit and meditate and also practice yoga.
Someone was asking how big the area is. I think you mentioned about 6.8 acres.
It's about
right?
6.8 acres, yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Reshma. Thank you.
Yeah, that was beautiful. But it was a great way to start a meeting, Reshma. Thank you so much. Beautiful. You set us into the right zone.
Thank you so much.
So thank you, Reshma. I think you have really looked into all the facilities that a senior home requires. Very thoughtful, and I'm sure you're going to get a very good response from Archers Club. So thank you so much, and we wish you all the very best.
We are looking forward. I will be sharing our website where you can get more details. I did not want to take too much time, and so I cut short whatever I had to explain about our project. So I'm dropping in our website and our phone number on the chat box. Whoever wishes to call us can call.
Yeah. Thank you, Reshma. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
A warm welcome to our honorary member, Hasini.
Oh, great.
So
good to see
you. We see you with your plants on your terrace, cutting all the green.
Can Hasini come on video?
Without further ado, I'd like to hand over to Nina.
Let me just.
Nina.
Yeah.
Formal introduction of Dr. RANJANI Manian.
Now that Hasini has come in, I want her to give a very informal intro to Ranjani, and then I'll go into the formal bit of it. It'll be lovely to see that perspective. Please, Hasini, please come in as Ranjani's best friend.
Hasini? Oh, Ranjani needs to be unmuted.
It's okay. I got it. Thank you.
Good.
Hi. Good morning.
Hi.
Wonderful that you're having Ranjani do a session for all of you. She's my neighbor, so I get these sessions almost every second day, other than all the love and warmth and the food that she sends me. And it's wonderful to have a neighbor like Ranjani, okay? So I told her very frankly, I am a big fan of Jay Shetty, okay? So during the pandemic and the lockdown, every night he had a live session. I think Sadhguru on one side, and he was having it at 10 o'clock in the night, and I used to watch that. And my husband would say, like, what the hell are you doing? You know, lying down next to me, looking at some other person on the video. But it was so interesting, you know, the way young guy, handsome guy, and he tells you all about the goodness of the world and makes you feel calm at a time when we were all like really, really troubled, absolutely troubled. We didn't know what was ahead. At least now we know what to face and how to prepare ourselves. But at that time we had absolutely no clue. But after listening to or seeing Ranjani's mindful sessions, I told her I have become her fan and I've given up on Jay Shetty. That introduction that I give her, and she's really a scholar. You know, she goes to Boston, Harvard University. She's lecturing there, and she's written a book called doing business in India for dummies like me. So you know, she's a multifaceted person, but she's somebody who brings a lot of peace and balance to a neighbor like me. So in Tamil we have a saying, you know, Yam petra inbam vayagamum peravendum, which means the benefit that I have, I want the whole universe to get it. So I have this wonderful neighbor. She should also become your guide and your neighbor too. That's my wish. So welcoming Ranjani with these words. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hasini. That was a beautiful intro.
Nina, that's enough introduction. Thank you.
But let me tell you, the first time I met Ranjani was, I'm not able to recollect, many years back. I had gone to the Culturama office at that time, Ranjani. I had an appointment with you. I was even trying to rack my brains in the morning as to why I came there. I'm not able to remember that. And that day,
you had a beach house to rent or something.
No, much earlier than that, Ranjani, much earlier. Okay. And then when I came in, you know, the whole atmosphere at the office was so beautiful. It was calm, inviting, warm. And the best thing was, you know, you had a board out there, a white board with I think we came on the Duchess Club, if I'm not mistaken. And then it had our names on the board saying, welcome to whatever Duchess Club, or Nina Reddy and Rati and things like that, you know. I've never seen anything so personalized at that point of time. And really, I think you were much more forward in your way of thinking even that many years back. It was easily 20 or 25 years back, you know. You had the office at Aripuram or something, you know, I think that's the place. So that's how, before I met you, I know what you're made of from the atmosphere itself, you know. So, of course, we had a wonderful meeting after that. And then later on, it was because of Hasini, we would bump into each other and things like that. And much later, I heard you speak at the Andhra Chamber.
Oh, yes.
And then you had all the men sitting up and listening to you, okay? That was, I was just watching around because we were one of the organizers then. And that was a fantastic speech that you gave everyone. And it made us like really, you know, understand the kind of work that you were doing. Since then, I always had in my mind that I have to invite you to the Duchess Club. But like I tell everyone, it always takes a bit of time and things to come together, you know. It's sad that we have to meet virtually, but I'm sure it's going to have a good impact. And this relationship is going to be carried on much further, Ranjani. It's a promise, right? And some years back, I met your beautiful daughter, Rohini. Yes? And then we work with the homepreneurs, and she brings such freshness to the whole thing, you know. So she's very simple, humble. At the same time, she knows exactly what she wants. Okay, and that's kudos to you as a mother for bringing up a child like that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So coming back to, yes, Hasini, I was there for the session when you had it just before. You know, the first lockdown, when Ranjani came in and gave us a little brief on meditation, and then you made us do a little bit of breathing. I was very much a part of it and enjoyed it immensely. Yeah. So coming to the vision holder, entrepreneur, philanthropist, Dr. Ranjani Manian has spent over 2 decades as an entrepreneur, cultural ambassador, author, connecting global citizens to India. This is one more, this is the main hat that I remember Ranjani wearing it, because, you know, anyone coming into the city of Chennai, you know, any foreigner coming in, they would be updated about Ranjani and the work that she does. And I think she very proudly presented Chennai city to them, Tamil Nadu to them, right, Ranjani? So you were doing the work that all of us, you know, it's our dream to do. So you were doing it so beautifully in many different ways. She currently serves as the founder, chairperson of Global Adjustments Foundation, a non-profit organization whose mission is to empower women and girls by providing them life leadership, coaching through the Champion Women workshops in schools, colleges, and workplaces. Global Adjustments Foundation has touched over, how many lives is that? Is it 1 lakh?
Yes.
Yes, in disparate groups such as corporate and government workforce, entrepreneurs, teachers, police, soldiers, and nurses, the foundation's goal is to maximize emotional, physical, and leadership skills for 1 million women. Prior to this, she was the founder of India's premier relocation and cross-cultural services company, which I was telling you about, the Global Adjustments, and editor of India's only free cultural magazine for global citizens, Culturama. And that's a beautiful copy that you used to bring out. It was colorful, at the same time, it was not just gloss, but it had everything going in it. She has helped, this is amazing, over 450 companies such as Amazon, Apple, BMW, and Ford succeed in India, and has facilitated the cultural immersion of thousands of worldwide business families. Dr. Manian has served on the Harvard Women's Leadership Board and authored books such as Doing Business in India for Dummies, which Hasni was just mentioning, Upwardly Mobile, and Make It in India. She studied psychology and French literature from Bombay University and Sorbonne University in Paris. She holds an honorary doctorate in literature, recognizing her leadership in promoting cultural understanding across the globe. Today, she is ably assisted by her daughter, Rohini, and has a dedicated team. So welcome to the Duchess Club. It's such an honor and a privilege to have you here and waiting to listen to every word that you're going to tell us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh my God, Nina, that was such a glowing and brilliant welcome. So warm, so genuine, bringing my friend Hasni into this and making her tell you the story about me. So Suhasini Maniratnam is Suhasini Maniratnam to the world. But to me, she's just my buddy who showed up at 5 a.m. in the morning when I was severely overweight and said, come to Zavera, we have to go and do exercise in the gym. And with Vijay, the trainer there, it was the first time that I knew that I could knock off weight. And it was a big inspiration watching you, Nina, and so many women at the Duchess Club who are in excellent condition. And so really, today to be at the Duchess Club for me is a very special, warm moment because I see so many, everybody here is, I mean, I think 99% of friends I've met at some point or the other, or I have admired from a distance. So I know you all. And Dr. Pritika Chari, I'm nervous that you're here. So please correct me later if I do anything wrong. But it's just special because this is like a conversation of 64 people getting together and just talking, right? The only thing that I have maybe is I'll try to lead the conversation for this whole thing so that we can, I don't think there's anything new that anyone can tell us about being mindful. We know it all in our hearts, but sometimes somebody has to come and pull it out of us, right? And then we can go off and do whatever we can to improve our lives. So today I thought I would start. First of all, the Duchess Club is always very fashionable. So I made an extra effort to make sure I was well dressed, Nina. But I also thought I must bring all the right accessories. I was looking for a handbag to carry to this meeting, but I couldn't find one. So I decided to wear a nice ring on my finger. Yeah. So that's my ring, okay? Is Duchess Club impressed with my ring? What is it? What is it, guys?
Oximeter.
Yeah, that's my ring
Oximeter.
these days. Half of us is wearing, checking 10 times a day. And if it goes little below 98, I'm like, yo, why is it going below 98, right? So most of us have started to have accessories that are now becoming an important part for our health. And to me, this is a symbol that time has come also for a mind meter. So while we're doing things for our body and for the well-being of so many people around us, are we women taking the time to look after our own best accessory, which is our mind? So this reminds me actually about the mind meter. And I was thinking, maybe at the end of this session, if you introspect for 3 minutes and you feel, hey, I'm at a 9 out of 10 on my mind meter, that's great. Then you should go and help other people get to a 9. But if some of us feel, like I've often felt, that I'm at a 4 or a 5, then I want to put my yardstick and a goal. I want to get to a 7 with my mind, right? So if you can think about that for yourself, put a number down for yourself in a piece of paper or on your phone. where my mind is today at the end of the session, and then put another one aspirationally where I want it to be. Then to bridge that gap, I'll leave you with 3 tools, and then we can decide whether that works and how you're going to take it forward. So with your permission, I would like to share just a few pictures that I have brought today as a part of the session, just so that we can guide the conversation with photographs and with a few ideas. So I hope my screen is visible. Yep. So I have with me my colleague Lakshmi Subramanian, who is the Executive Director of Champion Woman and Global Adjustments Foundation. We started, I completely immersed in it 5 years ago, because Rohini, whom you very kindly commented on, Nina, she's taken over the baton of Global Adjustment. So, you know, for us who have daughters or sons, don't worry that our children don't listen to us, worry that they watch us. Because if we have been working hard and we've been bringing all those values to the table, they can't helplessly but do better than us. Every child, every generation is always doing better than us, but we worry all the time about, oh, I can't spend enough time with my daughter. I did that too, right, as an entrepreneur, and that was a complete waste of a worry. I needn't have done it, because today she's freed me up to be in Global Adjustments Foundation. Lakshmi and I run it now with a small core team, and Lakshmi is also a 20-year HSBC banker who, vice president level, she raised, and then she dropped it and said, you know what, I need to train women to stay in the workforce or to contribute to them. Helping women live to their full potential is what we are trying to do. But today, there's already women with amazing things that you're doing. So let's have a conversation on how to go from mindful to mindful. And if you like it, here's the Bhagavad Gita line that I'm very fond of. I look at Bhagavad Gita as a piece of poetry that India has offered to the world. It's not so religious. It's more about a manual of daily living, right? So there's a line which goes, Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even if you do a little teeny bit of investment of time, and if you practice on getting your mind in your control, it can rid you of your greatest fears. So today, to do this along with Duchess Club Minds is an honor and a privilege. If you like what we do, I want you to take the final countdown. In the old days, when I was a young person, with courting somebody in Chennai, I used to fly down from Bombay, and we would go to the only disco that was available in Savera, and they would play this song, The Final Countdown, right? So today I'm just thinking, guess what? It's exactly the final countdown for 2020 to end. And we have exactly 21 days. So I'm going to throw out an idea that we have a Duchess Mindfulness Challenge for 21 days, balanced 21 days of 2020. So we go into 2021 with an amazing attitude towards our mind and with techniques to keep it in our control. So thank you for the special date of the 11th as well. That's why we've been waiting so long, right, Nina? This is the right time you had to call me. So why emotional strength? Why do we need to do mindfulness? Because there's work from home. We're all got to adjust our spaces. We have the pandemic, of course. Yeah, the vaccine is there, but when is it all going to come into space? And the economic ups and downs are bothering us. So more than ever before, they say that the mental health issues have gone up 20%. So I suggest that we look at a dose of happiness chemicals is what we all need. What is the dose? Dose, D stands for dopamine, which is a natural reward chemical that the neuroscientists will tell us is released by our brain. I studied some of this when I used to be in the Gender Intelligence Board at Harvard Women's Leadership Board. And they say that you don't need to wait to have some drugs and drinks to get dopamine. Sure, that's what, but that's not going to be more permanent. Dopamine can be naturally given into your brain if you do self-care activities, such as the beauty salon that Rati beautifully talked about, or their spa. And if you eat tasty food, or you cook something that's your favorite thing, and if you have mini milestones even, dopamine automatically gets released. The O stands for oxytocin, another happiness chemical, which is the love hormone. And you know, we women have more of oxytocin in our brain than the men. So we need more hugging, we need to receive more compliments, we need to give compliments. Even if we play with our pet or our baby, we feel especially happy. Have you thought why? Because we're getting more oxytocin. Men have less oxytocin and more testosterone. So they actually are less needy. Have you ever thought why we are more needy as a race? It's not our fault. Our brain is engineered like this. We have more oxytocin. So let's release it naturally by giving hugs, socially distanced hugs, but maybe giving it in the family. When is the last time we hugged a close family member? A pat on the shoulder. All of this increases it. Serotonin is the next part of the dose happy chemical. It's a mood stabilizer. You can easily release more serotonin. It has the same effect that is given in sleeping pills by just meditating or taking a nature walk. And finally, the E is the fourth happiness chemical that neuroscience will call endorphins. And they come out, as you all know, when we exercise and even when we laugh out loud. So shall we spend the rest of this silly pandemic, which is going to go away, with laughing with others and at ourselves, right? Not laugh at others, but laugh at ourselves and laugh with others. Because really, this is what will get us to mindfulness, and mindfulness increases all these happiness chemicals. So look at that man. What's the difference? And that little dog. The man has got so many things in his mind. His mind is full, right? This side, he's got maybe some past regrets, some memory of something that he was unhappy about. This side, she has a lot of anxiety maybe about the future of the world, future of the children. We still don't stop worrying. Now I have 2 granddaughters. We have to worry about that also, right? Today, I have to do a vaccination for little Isha, worry about that as well. So future fears, past regrets, and then the middle of our mind is full of to-do lists. So many to-do lists that we have. So instead, can we be like this dog? Just be fully present in the mind right now, right this moment. We are in this webinar. We have a chance to just be with ourselves. So like the dog, can we just look at the 4 trees and the sun and get our mind to do what we want it to do? The best thing is to balance for better. Balance mind and body. And today looks like it's a Japanese day, right? Because just as the senior assisted living home has the Miyaki forest, I wanted to remind you of a beautiful phrase that I learned when I lived in Japan, and it's called the Japanese Ikigai. The Japanese believe that every person has an Ikigai. What is an Ikigai? Some of you may know. A reason to jump out of bed every morning and feel happy because we have something to do. So every one of us can look at, introspect and see what is my Ikigai and work toward that reason that makes us jump out of bed every morning. It could even just be spending time with a loved one. It could be giving something beyond what is I, me, and mine. And for me, I'm so lucky that nature has given me a great Ikigai 2 times. The first time, as you all kindly spoke about, was when I was able to teach the expat world about the greatness of Indian culture, about the mindset and business of doing work with India. And the second Ikigai I now have the pleasure and privilege of having is I jump out of bed every morning because, hey, who's the new group that I might be able to share some mindfulness practices, and who are the women that we can discuss about becoming more champion women. So think about your own Ikigai, because at the end of the day, Buddha tells us whatever you are is a result of what you have thought. So you know the story perhaps, but it's something that touched my heart and I want to share it with you. A woman was walking down the forest and she was tired after traveling, so she lay down under a tree and slept. A little snake lived under the tree. It came out and bit her lightly on the foot and went back into the ground. "Ow," said the woman, and woke up to see what it was. Hearing the sound, a mouse that also lived under the tree came out and peeked to see what it was. The woman saw the mouse. She got angry, shouted, and said, "Can't you see I'm sleeping, you stupid mouse?" And she went back to bed. Now, the mouse got angry. It hadn't done anything. So it came out now and bit her even harder. It wanted to teach her a lesson. This time she screamed even louder. And our original friend, the snake, came back out of its hole to see what was happening. Now what happened? The woman saw the snake. She burst into perspiration. Her heart beat faster and faster. She fell down and she died. So now I want some of you to tell me on chat, what do you think killed the woman? Was it the mouse? Was it the snake? Or was it something else? Chat. Let's see. Will you You started putting some answers down, I hope. Yes, exactly. Fear, 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 fear. Her attitude, absolutely. She got scared, Geeta. Yeah. So what is it that prevents us from facing the fear, Bhavna? Exactly. What is it that prevents us? So it's not what happens to us in life, but our response to it that seems to challenge it, right? Vinita, our perception, exactly. And our preconceived notion, oh, it's a snake, I've been poisoned, I'm going to die. That's what made her feel scared. So for us women, you know what stops our potential is this fear. We have a conditioned mind, exactly, Sujata. And that conditioned mind says, what will others think? You know that? So we call it, in Harvard, there's a whole study about it. We call it FOPO. So we have to live without FOPO. What is FOPO? Fear of people's opinion. Kya sochenge? Ava enna nanepa? Stops us from doing whatever we can do. So sometimes if you close your eyes and think about it, there may be a little snake living with you in your home and it hisses now and then. But what can you do? It's their world too, right? We should be able to manage our life irrespective of who else has other things to do or say. And if you look at the rat, sometimes there's a rat at workplace or in group, let's say friend groups, and then they will be nibbling. It may be our teenage kids or our grown-up kids even nibbling. But at some point, we got to let the parenting just be, and we just got to become a little bit more self-centered. There's nothing wrong with giving yourself self-care and self-love, and that starts with keeping our mind in our control. Right now, our thoughts are thinking us many times. We should be able to think the thoughts we want, isn't it? So that's why it is highly recommended that we spend some time with loved ones or with our friend or even by ourselves doing some absorbed reading. This little practice, I'm going to ask for 3 volunteers. Please unmute your mic and read for me. And we will read at a slightly slower pace so that we can absorb what is coming in. And please read this paragraph for me aloud. Who would like to volunteer first? Go ahead, Raji. Bhavna and Aparna in that order. Great. Please unmute and start, Raji. So I guess some allow them to be unmuted. Raji, Aparna, and Bhavna. Is it possible to unmute? Is it
yes,
easy?
yes. Sujata, can you please unmute all 3 of them?
Yeah, they've offered to read.
Yeah, can I start?
Please.
I believe that it comes naturally to us to want to contribute to the welfare of those we love. If we understand the obstacles that stand in the way of doing this, we will be better prepared to overcome them. In most disagreements, it's not differences in ideas that divide people. It is often lack of respect, putting ourselves first instead of the other person. Sometimes all that is required is listening with respect and attention to the other person's point of view.
What do you think of what you read, Raji? Is there any phrase that resonates with you?
Yes, 2 phrases that resonate with me.
Go ahead,
I think
Stella.
it comes, yeah. I think it comes naturally to contribute to the welfare of those we love. That I think is a natural instinct, unless you have had some very bad experiences that scar that instinct. That's a natural instinct. And in disagreements, it is the lack of respect and putting ourselves first which creates more friction than the actual disagreement.
Correct, exactly. So it's interesting, isn't it? It's not differences in ideas. I want to eat Italian and you want to eat Chinese. Okay, we're both going out for lunch. It's not the difference in ideas that divide us. It's a lack of respect for your need to eat Chinese and my putting myself first, I want to eat Italian. That creates the friction. I'm giving a silly example, but many times that's what happens, isn't it? So there's an answer to it, which we can have in the second reading. Let's go ahead and have the second reader, please. Go ahead. Is it Aparna?
Aparna,
You've been unmuted.
yeah, she
You've
has
been
been
unmuted.
unmuted.
Yeah. Aparna, did you still want to read? Bhavna and Aparna are still asking to be unmuted. All right, we can probably say.
I can read now. I've unmuted now. I'll read.
Thank you. Go ahead, Aparna.
Take time for relationships. Instead, most of us carry around a pair of earplugs and the minute somebody says something we don't like, we stuff our ears until we can start talking again. Watch yourself the next time. One person is saying, "What did you do the other day when I asked you to help?" And the other replies, "What about you?" Can you imagine anything more ridiculous? They are not trying to settle their differences. They are trying to make sure that neither of them will forget.
Yes, Aparna, thank you for that nice reading. What did you think? Is there something here that works for you in your life?
Yeah, I feel, yes, many a times we do not actually listen to the other person, and we are always busy ridiculing the other person and always finding out differences. Instead of settling the differences, we are only, probing into the other person's, each other's lives. So it's never sorted, and it's only an argument, always.
And this is with the people we love the most. That's the sad part. It's with my spouse, my child, my staff who's been in my home for the last 20 years and helped me. Why are we doing this with them? Because we're wearing earplugs. The earplug is only for the webinar. We shouldn't be wearing these imaginary earplugs is what this reading is saying, right? It's saying, because the moment, especially if you tell me something I don't want to hear, immediately I'll be thinking, yeah, now when she finishes, this is what I'm going to say to her. We've already switched off, right? Bhuvana, finish the last one. Thank you.
Yeah. Instead, most of us carry around...
No, sorry, the last paragraph, to stop this quarrel.
Okay. To stop this quarrel, simply listen calmly with complete attention. Even if you don't like what the other person is saying, try it and see. Whatever happens, you walk away feeling better about yourself. You have stayed kind, kept your cool, not let anger push you around. The taste of freedom that brings in is worth any amount of practice.
Yes. Did you like something here? Was there an answer for you here, Bhuvana?
Yeah, very much. Yeah. In fact, what I believe is it is asking us to be in Zen position always. Let not outside forces influence you in whatever your state of mind is. So stay calm in any kind of provocations from outside.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you for your nice reading as well. Thank you to all our three nice readers. It was such a pleasure to listen to your slow, careful reading. This is called absorbed reading, and this is a mindfulness activity. Isn't it nice to read something, just 3 paragraphs of some thoughts that apply to our life, and to be able to maybe just discuss it with someone who's like-minded, and then see what we can apply from it, right? Somebody has answered here very nicely, Vinita. We accept ourselves the way we are, and we expect something different from others. You're absolutely right. It should be the reverse, right? We should expect more from ourselves and accept people the way they are. When we go on a holiday, why do we love it to go to the mountain, to go to the ocean? Because we're not trying to change the mountain to become flat. And we're not trying to make the ocean not have water. Why can't we accept people around us the way they are? We would enjoy our lives so much more. Why do we want a mask to be put on them so they'll become something else that we want them to be? That's not going to help, right? So mindfulness is about listening. You're absolutely right. Learning to adjust and keep happiness in small little things. But listening not just with the ears. Mindful listening is with the eyes, ears, mind, and heart. Can you imagine listening with your eyes? When is the last time when people talk that they actually looked into their eyes? Try it today at home. When somebody's talking, put down everything else that you have. Look at them and listen with your eyes. It totally makes the other person feel appreciated, validated. And don't say, and you please look at me. We can't change others. We can only change ourselves. When we start looking, they will also respond, and you'll see that the response is magically better. So when you listen with your mind, then you have empathy for the other person. And when you listen with your heart, then you really feel their emotion. So this is just a practice. Thank you for participating in it. I think it helps. And everybody will say, but why should I change? Why should I only be mindful? Let them change. You know the story of the sage who was having a bath in the river, right? Where the scorpion falls into the water, and then the sage picks up the scorpion and puts it on the land, and it stings him. Again, it falls into the water. Again, he picks it up and he puts it on the land, and again, it stings him. So the person, the friend who's with him in the water says, but why are you doing this? You know it's going to sting you. Why are you doing it? And he just answers, you know, it's the scorpion's nature to sting. It's my nature to save creatures. Similarly, why me? Why should I change? Let that person in my family change. Let this person in my club change. Let that person in my work change. They're not going to change. That's their nature. But who you have in control is yourself. So we have to live to our full potential. And for this, there are 3 activities that I have been doing for years and years and years. And I totally attribute any success that I have had, perceived or internal, to them. And they are, number 1 is a gratitude journal. Every evening before you go to bed, it's wonderful to have a journal where you don't have to write the whole story, but 3 things that you're grateful for today. And tomorrow, 3 new things that you're grateful for tomorrow. May I request some of you to please put down now in the chat 1 or 2 things, even 1 thing that you're grateful for today. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to do this. Grateful to be a Duchess member, absolutely. Morning sun, Bhavna, great. Yes, Poonam, even to just be alive in this pandemic is absolutely gratitude. And to talk about mindfulness on a Friday morning and every morning. Yeah, see, just such a simple thing. Grateful for good health, absolutely. So look, it's just flying. All of us are flying with gratitude. So I'm saying, please, can we do this for ourselves every day? That little book you see in that picture is my gratitude journal. It sits by my bedside, and I make sure I write 3 new things. Today, I will definitely be writing, you know, I'm just grateful that I have Wi-Fi, that I can talk to so many of you. Something as simple as that. And sometimes there's a bigger gratitude. Like today, I'm going to be grateful my 2 grandchildren are coming for lunch. So, but the thing is, if I tell you tomorrow you have to think of 3 different things, in the beginning, people will say, but I can't think of 3 new things every day. Exactly, Hamsa. Today your maid is on time. Tomorrow she's not going to be on time, but you're not going to shout at her. So your gratitude is going to be, A, I'm grateful that I had patience today. I didn't shout at my maid who came late. You know, so if you think about it in your everyday activity, you'll start to change and you will be able to say, I'm going to write this in my gratitude journal tonight. So that's one tool, and it's greatly helped me. I hope you will practice it. And sometimes you can do it with a loved one, and once a week exchange, what were you grateful for this week? The second tool is called the repetition of a power word or holy phrase. In the old ancient Indian culture, we've always done this. They called it the mantra, right? A word, mantra means that which crosses over the mind. Man just means mind, and tra means cross over. So it's not about having one long 1,000 names of Vishnu that you have to know and repeat every day. No, it's about picking one word or phrase that appeals to you deeply. It could be religion agnostic. It doesn't need to be something that's religious. It can be a word or phrase that means something to you, and then you use it constantly whenever you are doing mechanical activities. Today, while waiting for this webinar to start, I was saying my power word mentally. So when you're waiting in a doctor's clinic, maybe when you're showering, you know, maybe when you're just at a traffic light waiting for the signal to change, you just use the power word, and it helps you by coming back when you need it to get over anxiety or fear or any negative emotion. Walking with a power word greatly helps you to bring it in sync. Your breathing, your chanting, and your steps will come into rhythm. and it will greatly bring you a lot of mindfulness and peace. Because inside us, there are always two monkeys fighting, right? There's a monkey that's based on faith. It will say, oh, I'm peaceful. She's so loving. I like her humility. And the other monkey will be the monkey of ego. Yeah, humility now. Remember what she said to you 15 years ago. So that is what the fight is always about. And that fight goes on not only in my heart, but in everybody's heart. So the child asks the father, then daddy, which monkey wins? And he says, the one you feed. So which monkey are we going to feed? Shall we feed the monkey that brings positivity so that when the other monkey jumps up and down, we can actually calm them down? And that is what you can do with a power phrase. So what is a power word or phrase? I don't know, the word joy itself, many people use the word joy. You can use a phrase like, I am at peace, I'm at peace, I'm at peace. In India, we use Shanti, Shanti. Absolutely, Sujata, all is well, all is well. It's about saying it in this nice tone also, all is well. God is with me. Oh, great. So if you're a Christian, even the power word of Hail Mary is a great phrase to get used to, but not the entire Hail Mary prayer, not Hail Mary full of grace, because it's difficult to remember more than 2 to 4 words in a time of emotional turmoil. Let's say somebody's made you angry and you don't want to say something back to them. You quickly say your power word a few times and you'll be able to control your emotion. That time you need just a short one. In the Islamic phrase, Islamic religion, Allah or Allahu Akbar itself is a beautiful one. Yes, Anuradha, Om Sai is very nice. Rama was Mahatma Gandhi's mantra. It just means joy in my heart. Ramayiti iti Ramaha. It means in Sanskrit, joy in my heart. Buddhists have a beautiful phrase which is Om Mani Padme Hum, which means the jewel in the lotus of my heart. So you can pick a phrase, take about a week to pick one, and then stick with it. Just stick with it. Don't go with this Hindu custom of Friday, I have to have a Devi's name, otherwise she'll get angry. Monday is Shiva's name, I have to only say Shiva. No, I'm saying this is something that you stay with, Lina. Yes, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Sure, why not? So you go ahead and stay with the one. I am whole, absolutely, Pritika, doctor. And what happens is that word goes deep into your subconscious mind. And especially I use it before I fall asleep at night. And you know what? It just keeps me peaceful and calm. Even my dreams are so nice if I go to bed with my power word. So that's the second tool. And the third tool, of course, is silent me time. Meditation is something that many of you must already be doing, or some of you is thinking of doing or wants to do. But basically, we can just unclutter the meaning of meditation by simply remembering it is sitting in silence, training our attention to be where we want it to be. And if you have a positive phrase that you use or a positive passage, then you become what you meditate on. I sit down sometimes outside and do it, sometimes in a chair, but I try to do it the same time and at the same place. So just going to that place brings you peace and calm. Why should I meditate? Because what do you lose, right? You only lose insecurity or fear or something. And what could you gain? Lots of concentration. If you're reading something and you have to reread it again and again, slowly the mind becomes very concentrated and one-pointed, and you can become a success in anything you take up. Look at this guy. He lived only 56 years on earth, right? Steve Jobs, when he died. But when they measured the MRI of his brain, it showed the age of a 27-year-old. So Steve used to meditate 30 minutes every day. And what happens is, when you meditate, it has been proven with research that it can actually reverse the brain's aging process. Outside we grow old, okay, that won't change. Still need the same L'Oreal and we'll still need the same makeup. But the internal neurons and wires of the brain will actually can actually reverse the brain's aging process. So if you're up for it, for the next 5 minutes, would you allow me to join you and let's do a small positive passage right now. I'm going to give you a minute to sit wherever you are seated in a comfortable position, any comfortable position, a chair or sitting on the floor, cross-legged is fine, not lying down, sitting up straight with your head, neck and back in a straight line. And then you place your hands loosely on your lap. And then you gently close your eyes. I'll guide you through 5 minutes. And we'll just take a few minutes to go inwards. Let's start with a body scan, completely relaxing yourself head to toe. Your head and neck muscles are relaxed. Your shoulders are relaxing. Your back, your feet, your thighs. If you feel any pain in your knees, just relax them now. See your feet relaxed on the ground and how well you are supported by the earth every minute. Please bring your attention to your breathing now. Inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. With every inhalation, feel yourself more at peace, more relaxed and comfortable. Inhale love along with oxygen. Exhale the warm air and let go all fear and anxiety. Right now, you are completely present in this moment. Nothing to be changed, nowhere to go. If you hear any sounds, just let them be. Feel the cool air on your skin or the warmth. No judgment at all. It's in the right place right now. And with this relaxed body, please mentally follow me in the words of an inspirational passage. I weave a silence into my lips. I weave a silence into my mind. I weave a silence within my heart. Still me as you still the storm. Calm me. Keep me from harm. Let all tumult within me cease. Enfold me in lasting peace. Mentally, just repeat these 2 lines over and over at the slow pace. And if you are distracted by any thoughts, just gently bring your mind back to the next line. I weave a silence onto my lips. I weave a silence into my mind. Gently bring your awareness back to your body. Feel your belly rise and fall with the breathing. Be aware of your chest rising and falling with air. And when you hear me ring a soft bell, you may gently open your eyes at your own pace with a big smile on your lips and a heart filled with gratitude. And you gently open your eyes. Thank you for spending exactly 5 minutes for doing this. How did you feel? I'd love to hear on chat if anyone has any reaction for the 5 minutes that we spent going inwards. If some of you have been unmuted, you can also share on audio. Vasanti, you feel really calm. Good. Sujata is feeling relaxed, and Asha. Yeah, we feel, oh, you dozed off in 5 minutes, Anu. See, that's cool. You feel rejuvenated. Yes, Hamsa. Anuradha, yes. And we feel carefree so easily, right? Why can't we take time to be with our best friend? The best friend is you yourself. Our own mind is our best friend. Only because we spend complete time with ourselves that we're feeling relaxed, nothing else. So imagine if we could do 10 minutes of this every day. Who is ready to do a 21-day Duchess Mindfulness Challenge to close this year out? Please put into the chat if you're willing to spend 10 minutes a day to go inwards. I would love to have lots of people saying, I'd like to do this. Give it a try, because exactly. And there are lots of guided meditation, as Lakshmi has put on the chat. If you go to our YouTube channel, we have audio guided voice if you want. There are also many apps available. But in the beginning, you need maybe a voice to take you down that path. After that, Nina, me, yes. After that, you don't need anything. You'll be able to do it on your own. Great, Oma. I'm happy to see so many people are willing to try it. Thank you. So it changes your life. That's why I want to try it. It's been a transformational. I had my husband with his brain surgery in a hospital for 9 months. He was so ill, but not one day did I think something bad was going to happen to him. Because of this mindfulness activity and meditation, it totally keeps us grounded in the here and now. You know, our mind cannot get worried if you don't allow it to go to the future or to the past. If you remain where you are, Rati, I'm glad you're going to try it, because if you remain where you are, your mind doesn't know how to get worried in the present. So all we did for 5 minutes is kept bringing the mind back to the present. And that's the only takeaway. My takeaway for us here at the Duchess Club is just be. B stands for build this silent time and power word into your daily life. And the E stands for end your day with gratitude journaling. So if nothing else happens, and if you can just be, see, they called us human beings, right? They didn't call us human doings. Why are we always doing? We have to learn to just be. Be means what? Be peaceful, be calm, be happy, be with yourself. Without gadgets, without other people, can I love my own company? Because that's what mindfulness is about. So final countdown again, 21-day Duchess Club Mindfulness Challenge. Thank you very much for your attention. We are available for question answers if you like, even after this. There's the WhatsApp number that we use, and we have other topics that I'd love to come back with, Nina, if you ever need gender understanding or how to build resilience or how to put work and life together, etc. But today, thank you very much for this time and for giving time to your own mind and your best, to your best friend. And thank you for bringing me here. I'm going to stop share now.
My God, I have no words. It was so meditative. It was so beautiful, Ranjani.
Thank you, Anuradha.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And it's so simple, right? It's so simple. So if there's any questions, I don't know if you have time for 5 minutes for questions. Otherwise, we can ask offline.
Any questions, ladies? Some coming on the chat box. I think all are saying thank you for the wonderful session.
All right.
And this is such a superb way of ending the year at the Duchess, Ranjani. I'm so glad, that you could come in for this session, because I think we have all had such a challenging, I won't say horrible, terrible, no, it was challenging, yes. But you know, there were so many beautiful things that came out of it, Ranjani. I mean, me on a very personal note, I've been able to just do a whole lot of things without, like you said, you know, not just about doing, but just being, you know, because most things are out of your control. So you rather think good things will happen and then keep moving, you know, that's all it is. And I have personally given lots of time for myself, and I'm so glad to do that, you know.
Ramani Reddy, nice to see you here. Thank you, Ramani.
I just want to say one point here, Ranjani. Of course, your talk, the whole talk was really like, you know, mindful to mindfulness. But one point, the listening to others, it's really, listening to others is an art, which everybody doesn't have, you know. So because when you listen to others, it so many times it solves the problems of the person who's talking and of your own self also. You find a lot of answers by listening to others. So that is an art. That's an art which we all have to have. Just listen to others first. Yeah.
and one monkey will say, listen. The other monkey will say, but I don't have time. Let me finish your sentence.
Exactly. Exactly.
I know. Both okay. I know what you're saying. So we'll be busy finishing their sentences. But we just have to become. It improves relationships. That's why.
Yeah.
So I think Lakshmi is asking, Nina, do we have 1 minute to show you champion woman work on a video?
Yes,
she
just wants to, yeah. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
I think Lakshmi wants to show it. She's just texting saying, may I share? She's asking Sujata's permission. Dr. Pritika Chari.
Yeah, can I say something?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, I got which talking about listening and how to be good to other people and all that. I read somewhere that if somebody is bad with you, don't treat them as if they are bad. Treat them as if you are good. So you are good. Remain good. Don't go down to the level of being bad because they are bad.
Yes. Yes.
Beautifully put.
Continuously good to others.
Yeah, beautiful. Kindness has become such an important thing for us now, isn't it, during the pandemic, to consciously improve kindness. Thank you, Dr. Pritika Chari. You're absolutely right.
Can I share the video?
Yes,
Go ahead. I think they said Lakshmi. Go ahead. It's just a 1 minute video of our work. That's all.
Go ahead. Please go ahead.
You're able to see listen to it?
It's not clicked yet. It's not
We haven't got the video. It's not clicked yet, Lakshmi.
Just click it, yeah. The video hasn't played.
So, Vasanti, acceptance is what you're looking at. Yes, that helps a lot, right? So these are the things you can practice your thinking. Vasanti is saying acceptance and Geeta is saying gratitude.
Is it playing now?
It's playing, but the video is not visible.
Sorry?
Audio is there, no video is there.
Oh my God. How come?
We were busy solving other people's problems. Our own video, we are having trouble. But usually this Zoom, it has a mind of its own. I don't think it knows the meaning of mindfulness. It does whatever it wants.
My screen right now?
We can only see your desktop, Lakshmi.
Yeah, so I'm just clicking the video.
Okay, maybe.
I think it's not playing. Lakshmi.
No, Lakshmi, it doesn't work.
Only the sound is coming. Video's not.
Sujata, what we can do is we will play it little later. Also, we will share it among the groups. Please take
That's
it from.
fine.
Yeah,
we'll give you a link, Nina. We'll give you a link.
Yes, please. We would like to definitely see that. So
just to see our work and the girls and the women that we're working with and the subjects that we're doing. And I know that all of you, so many of you can be, volunteer speakers at our sessions, maybe invite to do at other groups, whatever you think is, it's all free. By the way, everything we do is completely free. Nothing we charge a penny for. Even if they offer, we don't take it. Because the only thing we do is we educate 100 girls. And if any donations come, we don't ask for donations, or we don't refuse donations for the girls. But all our work, all our programs, all our courses are free. 25 years of work, what am I doing? Put it back into making more women empowered, that's all. So thank you very much for your patience, and we'll send you that.
Send the video later. We would love to see it, Ranjani. And then, of course, yes, like a committed itself, like to work on that cause with you. Yeah?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and bye-bye.
Yeah. No. We just, Rati, I'd like to invite you to give the vote of thanks.
Yes. Absolutely wonderful to connect with you again, Ranjani. And for me, this year have been absolutely, very challenging. And I could, connect with what you have said this morning, being positive, being grateful. And yes, I did stop to listen many, many times, and that helped me get through, how it has been for me this year. Yeah. And it's absolutely a fruitful meeting today. And, with so much of food for thought, and it's really a pleasure having you with us at Duchess Club, In fact, Nina, we've been trying to get you, for the last few years, and I guess it finally materialized today. And I'm sure many of us will join, your meditation course. I'm sure that would be, we'll work on that. And thank you so much. And I would say today has been an absolutely enlightening and stimulating morning for all of us. Thank you so much, Ranjani.
Thank you so much.
Rati, can I say something?
Yes.
Sure.
Please, Doc.
Doctor, you're getting stuck, Doctor.